Order on to catch up with the great tidbits, and I welcome everybody to not only the live broadcast but the replay for all of you that catch the replays. And I've noticed many of you do, and it's much appreciated because we hope that we impart some knowledge along the way that is valuable to you, not only for yourself personally in some cases, but good also for your business and growing your business, because that is really why we're all here, is to get that part of our lives in order. And if they aren't already in order, then to make it even better if they are in order. So today is all about discussing different types of projects, products, things that we have found or have access to or want to share that we know will help other people in the group. So I trust that those that aren't here to show off their products will maybe have another chance in the future. We'll see about that, but that certainly remains to be seen. So in order to kind of kick things off this morning, I know that I had asked Yvonne to come on with something special. Do you want to start out, Yvonne, with our session here? And if you've got anything to screen share or whatever,
okay. Well,
do it.
Yeah, what we're working on, I'm working with a couple of other people on this campaign, and it's a Facebook contest campaign for a crepe restaurant in Texas. That's the one you're talking about, right, Chris?
Yes, I believe that's the one we were discussing.
So I will just share my screen so people can see. Is everyone able to see my screen now?
We got it.
Okay. So this is a contest. You can see the post on the Facebook page here. Can everyone see that? The Win Free Crepes for 6 months contest.
Wow.
So we're giving away 6 months of free crepes, 1 per week, to one lucky crepe lover. All you have to do to enter the contest is mention a friend below who loves crepes as much as you do. Then this is using the messenger ad type in Facebook. So we will send you a quick Facebook message where you confirm your contest entry with a yes. So this started on May 25th, and I just thought I'd go through it with you a little bit. It's been really good for getting social visibility for the client. You can see there's been 400 comments here, some of whom are people I've invited to test it out, but most of them are real people.
Bob, you're not a real person. Go ahead.
Are legitimate customers entering this contest.
Pretty impressive, 400 comments.
Right, and 46 shares.
Yeah.
So what happens is when people enter their friend's name, then they click send message, and then they enter the contest. And I don't know, let me see if I can pull up the sequence of messages so you can see here. Okay, what's going on? So, H-turn crepes. Trying to find my messages. Sorry. Bear with me here a second.
All right.
I've been to Katy.
Yeah, it's a suburb of Houston.
I went to Moe's.
I've never been there. What's Moe's? Steakhouse?
Oh my God. What a memorable night that was.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Gotta go to Moe's.
Okay, so when people enter the contest, they start getting these messages inside Facebook Messenger, first of which is to agree with their privacy policy here, which is a little bit of a pain, but it's legally required. But then once you get past that, it says, in addition to buy one, get one free offer, when you become a VIP member, we will reward you with 1 reward point for every $1 you spend. Plus, you'll get buy one, get one free offer immediately. So this gets people into the loyalty program and helps build up their list of loyal customers. And this also shows other kinds of rewards you can get when you join the loyalty program. So the first one is after the buy one, get one free, you can get $5 off when you spend $50, or a free dessert when you've spent $100, and so on. Okay. So to get into the loyalty program, you click create your VIP account, and this sets it up inside your mobile wallet app, which is right on your phone. So it's a very smooth process for iPhone users because it's already uploaded on their iPhones. For Android users, there's a little extra step. They have to download, if they don't already have it, the Android wallet onto their phones. And then what's really exciting is how we're able to track the results of this. So keep bearing in mind that it's only started running on 26th of May. We have the data being tracked through this visual dashboard. So this is telling us that 336 people, it says flow start, that means they started the messenger flow to enter the contest. And then 296 people started to install their mobile wallet pass, and 216 completed it. I'm not sure why 80 didn't. Maybe they got distracted. But in any case, in basically 2 weeks' time, we have 216 people who've joined their loyalty program. And we can tell that $760 has been spent on the as a result of this promotion in 2 weeks' time. And the ad spend was just $5 a day. So basically they spent, what, $75, $80 on ad spend and gotten $760 in purchases out of the loyalty program. And 10 people have referred friends into the loyalty program too. And it further breaks it down, shows that there's been 39 of the initial buy one, get one free redemptions, and then 4 of the monthly offer redemptions. So it's pretty cool how we're able to track and visually display the results and really measure how this is performing. And it should keep performing better and better as more and more people enter the program, and we keep sending them invitations and reasons to come back into the restaurant.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Bob is familiar with this whole system. It's using the messenger marketing loyalty.
Yvonne, is that the old L5 or is that the new one?
This is the old one.
Old one.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this got started before the new one was introduced a week ago. So.
And I gave up on the old one. I installed the new one the other day.
The new one went really smoothly, huh? Even I could figure it out. Which amazed me.
Do you think?
Well, you get this one dialed in because you get great result. 10-to-1 ratio on the ad spend. That's awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Now, does your client have access to visually seeing this, or you have to basically?
Oh, yeah, they can access it. They have, you just basically give them this link and they can check in anytime they want to.
Okay.
Up here. And track what's going on. And it's also nice because you can track by day of the week what was happening,
Yeah.
So we could say on Thursday, there were a total of 8 redeemed offers. Thursday, May 30th. So you can track it day to day and kind of start getting a sense of which days are going to be the most popular over time.
Do you think your difference in the downloads of the wallets is because of the Android being involved?
I mean, it's anyone's guess. There's no way we can read minds and know. I mean, people could have gotten interrupted in the midst of it, or just, I think it would be interesting to track how many of these are Android and how many are iPhone. And I don't think we have that here.
I would think that would affect your numbers there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think it might be a safe guess that that's what's going on. I'm not an Android phone user, so I really don't, I just know that there's an extra step involved. It makes it a little bit more of a friction point.
Is that extra step in the bot? You can actually do it within the bot?
Well, it will instruct you in that bot that if you have an Android phone, what to do to install the Android mobile wallet on your phone. So you basically have to go, I think, into the Google Play Store,
Right.
find it, and upload or install it on your phone before you can proceed.
Okay,
So,
how are you promoting this out to the restaurants? What's your
well, there's signage in the restaurant itself and encouraging people to join. They're also running it as a Facebook ad, spending $5 a day. They're only advertising it to women. I think it's ages 20 to 60 who live within 5 miles of the location.
and the normal sales approach is just visibility and additional contact within for the restaurant?
Right.
Basically, okay.
Yeah. And
So-
then,
No email re-engagement in that, Yvonne?
hmm?
They're not doing any email re-engagement at the moment?
Oh yeah, there's also emails going out. And again, this is just like 2 weeks old, but there's like an immediate email that goes out that, welcomes them into the program, tells them what to expect. But it's only 2 weeks old, so I mean, we're not sending the next follow-up email yet.
Now, who is this being developed by, and how can people access it for their own use?
Well, you can contact me directly because we're working as a team here.
Okay. So there's a version 2 out, as Bob said.
Right. And it's a lot easier. The other one had a lot of what we call zaps from Zapier. How many, Bob? Like 20 different zaps you had to set up.
That was the frustrating part because every zap's a potential failure point. So
Right. And so now they've worked it out. So there's are there any zaps at all? I can't recall, or just one?
there are when you get into the redemptions, but the front end's all API and the device detect is API. So once you hit go, it looks to see what type of phone you have and then installs accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Much cleaner.
Bob, have you been involved in the development, or what's your role in this?
Well, he's in the same group.
Yeah, we're in the same group, same group of people. They just did a huge. I don't know if anybody follows Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. They just did a huge launch end of April. These guys built the bot portion of that launch.
Mm-hmm.
Called the Knowledge Blueprint. They said they generated $3 million in the first hour of the webinar they promoted. But of course, that's Tony Robbins and
yeah, I think he's got a little bigger
Russell
launch than
Brunson.
I do.
Got a little juice.
Right. How many days did they promote it beforehand, Bob? Like 10 days beforehand? Like
Yeah, they did a big lead up, and then it was probably like a 2-week launch, something like that. 2 or 3 week launch. So they did like 18. Last I heard, it was 18 million they did on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's an education portal play. Pretty smart. I didn't buy it obviously, but it's a $2,000 product. So
The whole idea behind it was that everyone has knowledge that they can monetize, and they just teach you how to do that.
Are they using the same bot platform as you guys, or different?
It's
same bot platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's built by the same people that Yvonne and I are in their group. It's a mastermind group, so they're the technology teachers, if you will.
Right. All good stuff.
Is that an open mastermind?
It's messenger marketing.
Is it open?
Oh, it's like, I think it's now $197 a month to belong, isn't it, Bob?
Yeah, I think Yvonne and I got in at 97, so
Mm-hmm.
it's doubled the price now. But for example, the Tony Robbins bot that they built, I mean, they probably got paid 6 figures for that thing, I'm guessing. Yvonne and I both have access to that bot now. We could set up exactly the same flow as they did for that launch. One is going to spend
Theoretically. You might be
Theoretically,
able to. I
yeah.
don't think I could. Do
There's
you
a lot
notice
of
that they
moving
said
pieces.
you're on your own? You can set it. You can set it up, but there's basically no support if you screw it up. At least that's what I took out of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces in that, but I don't have any use for it. But it's there.
Based on your knowledge of these types of tools, what's the future of bots in our business?
And what kind of business are you talking about?
Well, in the internet marketing business, the business that we're all basically into.
Mhm.
What is the future of bots? Is it going to be a highly important aspect? Is it just a segment of the business? What are we looking at here with bots?
Well, bots are basically a form of automated intelligence that help streamline customer service in a wide variety of ways. You know how a lot, let me see if I can find an example, like
Yvonne, can you emulate your phone? Show them the.
no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have the technology to do that, unfortunately. I need to figure out how to do that. It's probably easy, right, Bob? I just don't know how.
I wouldn't say easy. I've bounced from program to program, but I have to do it tomorrow on a.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can
Yes.
tell you how. It's very, very easy.
That's good to know.
What's the program you use, Rick?
Let me go look that up. It's called
Mobilize, or something?
Mobizen. There's a free version that you install on your computer and download on your phone, and it's a dream. Literally,
Like
piece of-
Mobizen.
yep.
I've seen you use it. It's very, very efficient when you use it, Rick.
Thank you. And it's smooth as anything.
I hope so, because I'm going to use it tomorrow for a big presentation. I
There you
haven't
go.
played with it yet.
Information right here, fresh off the stove. All right.
Well, for example, going back to bots, you know, a lot of business pages have the send message option here. So, and some of them have like a preliminary menu of buttons, but in this case, you can see, I was just testing it out. What services do you offer? I asked it like at almost 5 p.m. on May 20th, and it took them till noon the next day to answer me because they're doing this manually. So with a bot, you can actually create an automatic flow. When people send a message, you know, you can actually, it's almost like having a website through your Facebook page, but they can get answers to their questions immediately. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically you're not losing people because of a delay in getting answers to their questions.
Instant gratification.
Right. Let's see if I can.
Yvonne, do you have other bots that you're working on as well?
Yeah, I'm testing out different ones. I'm trying to find one here for you.
Those are all done for you, bots?
Oh no, these are bots that we've been building out or customizing as demos. So there's chat here. I'm putting in the chat what's called a ref URL. It's not letting me paste it here. Edit. Just trying to figure out how I can demo this for you.
Click on the square with arrow.
Well, I don't know if you're really going to see it. I guess you could see it from my computer that way.
You could preview it, Yvonne, and it'll pop up in a message window. Yeah, it'll just be like that.
Okay. So instead of what they have now, where, you know, you can send a message to ask a question and they may or may not get back to you in a timely way. Now we have it set up so that, and again, this is just a demo, but automatically Facebook knows what your email address is. So to start, and again, this is assuming this is promoting their rewards club. So you click your email address and then it says, great, now here are some current deals available to you as an Auto Care Rewards Club member, and you can click and see, you know, what are the tires that they offer. You can view your points. You could say, I need an oil change, and then get information about their oil change. Again, $10 off their oil change, then you can click to redeem it. But basically, you know, a bot can be built to any custom use at all to help automate customer service through Facebook. That's one use of it. But another use is where with Facebook ads, typically people would send people to like a landing page or a ClickFunnels page. You know, you click to learn more, and then you go to a ClickFunnels landing page or some other landing page where they have an opt-in form. With messenger bots, that streamlines it because it keeps you right inside Facebook, so that it doesn't take you off Facebook into a landing page. And automatically, they already have your email address, so people can just click their email address automatically and get added to a list that way for the client. And it helps you build your list in a more seamless, faster, more efficient way that you can then continue marketing to.
Now,
I
who
don't
has
know
to click
if
on
that's
the
making
email?
sense, but
Who has to click on the email, the business owner or the client?
the client.
Okay.
Like I clicked, this is assuming that this bot was linked over. Instead, imagine that instead of going here, what services do you offer? And then waiting a day to get an answer. You had it linked to a bot like this,
Right.
you know, where right away they're offered information about their services and their specials and invited to join the VIP club. And they can join the VIP club just by clicking on their email address, which is automatically populated by Facebook, you know.
Have you shown this to this company yet?
To Lake Ridge Auto Care?
Yes.
Not yet. I'm actually talking to them about doing a similar contest campaign, and I've been putting this together as an additional offer, but I haven't shown it to them yet. Have a meeting scheduled with them next week.
Fantastic. Okay. If
Yeah.
anybody wants to carry on the discussion, I'm sure Yvonne would be happy to do so. And
Mhm.
if you want any information on these, then please get in touch with her. And thank you for sharing, Yvonne. I appreciate it very much.
Do you mind if I show just one other one?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Let's see.
Go, fight back the lineup. Fight back, fight back.
Yeah. So this is a demo for a realtor. Okay, so imagine a realtor had a bot like this where it tells you, she can find out right away what you are looking to do. Are you looking to buy? Are you looking to sell? Are you looking to rent? Are you looking for something else? Let's say you're looking to buy. And then are you looking for a primary residence, an investment, or a vacation home? So let's say we're looking for a primary residence. So what the bot's doing is collecting valuable information that she can use when she reaches back out to you, because she'll know you're looking to buy a primary residence. Sorry, I'm trying to move this out of the way. What city are you looking to get property in? And then she'll know what areas or neighborhoods and so on. And you can just keep building this out This is where the customization comes into play, because you want to talk to your client to find out, well, what kind of data would be useful for them to collect. But all of this, of course, is then getting tagged inside the bot platform, which in our case is ManyChat. And then you can work it out. So this data is also added to a Google spreadsheet that you can use for segmenting out audiences based on the interests they've indicated here for perpetual follow-up marketing. Does that make sense?
That does. Very much so. I noticed one, I saw one that, I don't know, it's been 6 months ago easily, where all of the bot type responses stayed right in the text messaging system of the phone. It did not go outside to Facebook Messenger. It stayed in the text. Has anyone seen that? There was a phone company used it, and it was just like this. You answer the questions, and boom, another one came up on the text. So interesting way, since you're captured right in text messaging, and not having.
Was that like a bot that was just integrated into the website?
No, it was integrated into when they texted me. It was, and there were questions, of course. In fact, I think it was more of a survey type thing. But when they asked me the first question, I, tapped an answer, and they asked me a little bit more detail, and it went to another one, went to another one, went to another one, through a sequence of at least, I don't know, 8, maybe 10.
And this is from within your mobile chat, not the.
Yeah, within the mobile text. It did not go outside of mobile text. It stayed right in that platform. And I've not seen anybody with that, even though I've seen it in operation. I've not seen anybody actually promote something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something I'm familiar with. Are you, Bob?
What Chris is describing is kind of a messenger flow.
But he's saying it's in text messaging, not inside Facebook.
You can link the two. You can have your SMS delivered through Messenger. And Messenger wants you to stay in their universe, so that sounds even more consistent. So when you take them out to a landing page that they're just not very friendly about that. They prefer you stay on their platform to the extent you can.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Anything else? Any questions from anyone? Okay.
No, it looks great, Yvonne. I'm curious to see how you do. I see you got Brian Anderson over here.
Sherry Sanderson?
Brian Anderson in your contact list.
Yeah.
So he's got it. I mean, he's got a bunch of bots. If people are looking for done for you, he's a done for you guy. But just a bunch of stuff you can do with them. But they're not something you can hand off to people. They're not familiar with them. That's for sure. So there's it's not just building bots. It's maintaining them, managing for them.
Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Yvonne. Appreciate it
Welcome.
very much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Sharing my screen.
Appreciate you taking the time. I know that you did some shuffling, and I do appreciate it. So, guys, this is obviously here to stay. This is not a fad. So, if you want to dig into it, get up with Yvonne, and let her kind of walk you through it in her inevitable way. Is that the right word? Am I saying that right? I don't know. Okay. All right. Who else has joined us and would like to share some projects, products, information? Who would like to do that? Anyone on?
Jerry, what's up?
No takers?
Okay. Then?
Well, I'll take the platform.
Okay. Well, go ahead then.
All right. This is going to be probably a 2-minute elevator pitch, if you will. Scott and I have developed a program that literally focuses on engaging a Chamber of Commerce to partner with a digital marketing or an internet marketing person by offering the Chamber a digital marketing package. And I know quite a few people here today at this meeting are aware of it in a sort of beta program. But we're developing a package of over $4,500 to offer to the chamber, and we're willing to offer it to the chamber for free, which in most cases is unheard of. And the first thing that comes to mind when we even talk about being able to offer a chamber $4,500 worth of digital marketing products, they want to know, well, my God, how can I afford that? Very, very, very small cost. The package, alone is less than $4.99, of which can easily be leveraged against the membership cost. We then offer the chamber to engage in a 50% non-dues revenue program, so it becomes a win-win scenario for the person marketing it, for the chamber, and for its members, because we're offering every product in our package to the chamber available to the chamber members. So we're sort of partnering where we're getting a solid endorsement from the chamber, we're marketing it to the chamber members, and we're willing to offer a very, very sweet non-dues revenue marketing plan with the chamber. There are basically 4 components in our free $4,500 giveaway. The first, which is the single most important, valuable, saleable asset, is a proactive online review platform. The second one, which is extremely desirable to chambers and businesses that want to stay connected with their members, and that's a PWA, Progressive Mobile App, which utilizes push notifications. The third and fourth are little tag-ons. One's a video press release, which gets most of the time first page presence on Google. And the last is we produced a series of 16 video reviews, very rich in content, which as well, in most cases, poses a Google first page result. That's pretty much it in a nutshell, simple and to the point.
Right. Rick, I appreciate that. And it is now in beta stage and improvements are being made. Is that what I understand?
That is correct. We're working with a solid team of beta members, and we're beginning to show some very, 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 very good results.
Excellent, excellent. I know it's going to grow for you in the future. Anyone else have something they'd like to share? Carl, you got anything out there that you want to promote or share an idea on or anything like that? If you do, speak up, my man. This is time. It's open session. Anything you want to say?
Try unmuting it. It actually works better, I heard. Winds of change. So my primary business that I do is background checks for employers. I'm in all 50 states. One of my bigger clients is supermarkets. So we've had some new laws that have changed in Connecticut. They're coming after the $15 an hour wage that they want, which is going to impact restaurants substantially. The sugar tax hit a couple of years ago in Pennsylvania, and I know for a fact one of my supermarkets I was talking about, within a month of when they enacted it a couple of years ago, they had a $2 million right off the top result of soda not being sold because of the sugar tax that took place in Pennsylvania. That's another stress point on supermarkets and restaurants. And number 3, the turnaround or the timing that an employee in the retail area stays is extremely high. In the supermarket field, they're talking about if you can have a 40% turnover rate, you're doing very, very well for keeping somebody on. Meaning, the longest person employed with you is like just under 6 months. And the impact is incredible, bringing somebody to speed, the training, so forth and so on. So my point on this is when here July 1st is right around the corner. Most states have new laws that are coming out, and it's going to the bottom line of the business owner, and they're always trying to find a better way to handle their overhead. So with those things being activated, I'm going back in and sharpening the same pencil again and showing them why the background checks are effective for them to keep their overhead expenses under control. And I'm thinking this is the same thing when Yvonne's shown us the crepes, the 8-turn crepe there in Texas. They're looking for that loyalty because they want to get people in and repeat people again, and they're worried about that $15 an hour employee that they're going to have to pay they were paying $10 an hour just a few weeks ago. So that's my point about resharpening the pencil on doing business and how your marketing can affect them. And I just sent a friend request to Yvonne to see if I can't become friends with her on Facebook too. So I want to talk to her afterwards. Thank you.
Oh, you bet, Carl. You bet. You bet. Sherry, you got anything brand new on the horizon? In fact, at this point in time, unless somebody's got one of their own products, I'd kind of like to open it up at least for a few minutes, since we have a tremendous amount of knowledge sitting right here on this screen right now, to what people see coming around the corner. What is going to happen that we need to watch out for? I'll make one suggestion, and I think it's important. I think bots are very important. But even now, I'm looking overseas with the guy who's doing voice bots. And I kind of see that as something that's coming around the corner, personally. We'll see. Aha, there you go.
Gadget Freak, they got me yesterday.
Did they? All right.
Auto echo. So now I can get yelled at in my car.
Good. Yeah. That'll be good. Would that be, who will be yelling at you, Bob? Exactly.
Amazon, Alexa.
Oh, there you go. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the voice bots, even along the same kind of area, let's just follow Yvonne's bot for a minute. And as you go down through that bot, instead of pushing a button, you're answering questions directly into the phone. It also gets into another area that's very, very important to watch out for, and those are voice search terms, because we don't use the same search term when we're talking to Alexa as we do when we're searching on Google. And the search terms for voice is a growing science right now, and it's a concern for people who are in the voice business. And so I think it's going to radically change our industry fairly soon, because it's happening rapidly right now. There's, the Internet of Things has just grown into talk to your refrigerator, talk to your stove, talk to your light switch, and all the other good stuff that's going along to it. Talk to your car, and it turns on and gets it warm before you get into it. But that's one thing I see coming around the corner. Does anybody else see some interesting things that are rolling down the tracks and we've got to watch out for?
Yeah, I'll kind of pile on to what Carl was saying. July 1st, new laws, and I'm in California. So California, good or bad, leads the charge sometimes on things. I'm sure most of you have heard of GDPR that came into, privacy thing that came into the EU. And you got to be able to protect privacy at a new level. You got to be able to delete people from your database if they so request. California is going to be bringing forward a version of that. It's not quite as restrictive. I don't think the enforcement is going to be quite as aggressive out of the gate, but it's on par with GDPR in terms of custodial requirements. More so for bigger entities. So if it's a company that's got 50,000 person list, they're going to be subject to it on day one. Now, obviously, I don't have a 50,000 person list, so it's not going to affect me as much. But for my clients, website clients, bot clients, just clients in general, I'm trying to update privacy policies in terms of services to address that new law. So it looks like we're paying attention. So it's a value add that we're doing. For bigger entities, again, they actually have to comply with it on day one. But I think it's good to stay abreast of that stuff because, if you just watch the news, you see all the privacy concerns that are blowing up on people, on Facebook and some of these other big social platforms. It is going to become a bigger problem going forward. So if you at least stay on top of it, you're not going to get blindsided, hopefully. And then I'm going to add one thing onto Yvonne's thing. There's some other bot things that she can do for you. I'd recommend reaching out. So she showed you a loyalty program. If you wanted something like a simple stamp program that's all digital, Yvonne is your person. She can do that for you because she's got access to that. Groupon style cards, discount cards. There's a bunch of different variations of that same program she just showed you. Carl mentioned it. You're bringing forward that loyalty thing as a value add for your clients. There's sort of subsets of that you can also bring forward to enhance that sort of ecosphere. We want to bring people into your ecosphere. That's what you're basically trying to do as a business, and what we're trying to do as marketers, help businesses to do that. So there's some other opportunities there using bots that Yvonne could help you with that do that sort of a thing. That's enough of my rambling for today.
Very good. Thank you, Bob. Thank
Very
you.
good. Thank you, Bob.
How about Peter? Do you have anything that you see coming around that might be important for us to consider?
I'm kind of in the same terms of thinking of everyone else that, there's something about bots. Wrapping our heads around what it is and how to use it for individual clients is really kind of, I think, where we're all struggling a bit. Yvonne's program was pretty exciting that it actually seems to eliminate the learning curve for providers, which, you can put something together and offer it to a client without, 16 hours of training videos. So I'm excited to talk to Yvonne about that. Yvonne, if you're there, reach out, please.
Yvonne, you're going to get covered up, my dear.
And if everyone's like me, then we all spend a lot of time and money and trying to stay up to date. And sometimes the stuff gets outdated faster than we can actually find a client to use it with. So we're all hoping today that bots are one of those things, but it's always possible that next week bots are gone. So I kind of get nervous about it sometimes, but it's pretty strong. I've run some tests for some clients, and the results are pretty dramatic. Especially compared to email. And one of the things that I'm looking at, I just got off a demo today, is an ad provider that allows you to upload an email list, and then you can run ads across multiple platforms, including Google and Facebook, to the owners of the emails, even if you don't have permission to email those people. So for those of you doing scrapings and things like that, that could be a potential option to reach out to those email owners without breaking spam rules. So that's something that I'm using with one of my clients, because he has a complete list of all his prospects, but he doesn't have an opt-in process.
Very cool.
We've been trying to figure that out.
Peter, were you talking to AdRoll or which?
Yeah, actually, exactly. AdRoll was the demo I had.
AdRoll has one of the best multi-platform systems out there right now, and at prices that are extremely reasonable for their reach in a multi-platform exposure. And I for one believe that multi-platform is the way to go, and that means whether you're on social media you're doing a phone, or you're doing even ad banners used in the proper way. And of course, ad banners are one of the least expensive ways of advertising, because in some ways they may be the least effective, but they still keep your company at top of mind. But a multi-platform approach, I think, is the way to go. And I agree, Peter. AdRoll has an extremely good program in that. Sherry, do you have anything new that you've seen coming around? Sherry, as most of you know, Sherry is a highly, highly, highly skilled computer developer, designer, at all. And if you don't know her background, Sherry, I'm sure that you probably shoot me, but she does work for the U.S. government, and is in charge of an extremely massive computer project and has been for years within the government system. So if you ever need anything done with web and web development, or anything that's even close to being highly technical, I'll put Sherry on the platter for you right there. Sherry, you want to cuss me out now, or wait till later?
Well, she's on mute, so you'll have to be later.
Yeah, well, I just changed that. You can talk now, Sherry. I just unmuted.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. One thing I will say is I will, the chamber beta program that was discussed earlier, I can definitely attest to that. I've been putting myself out there, getting into chambers, met with 3 of them Monday. So it is an excellent way to grow the business. Absolutely. And especially with the software that Rick and Scott are offering to go along with that.
Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Sherry.
You're welcome.
And did you notice anything
I'm
else?
remiss in not mentioning that. Sorry, Rick and Scott, but yeah, we actually have results from their program already in the box. So it's a little more than beta. I mean, they're getting it done. Got one that's in rollout phase, one that's up for approval next week, and then 3 others that are in negotiation. So the program that they're bringing forward, and I'm sure they'll be talking about more in the coming weeks, that thing works. So folks should reach out to them and get more information.
And the improvements you're helping us make too, Bob. Don't leave yourself out.
So Rick and Scott, if we know a chamber that could use improvement,
I can stop you there. We don't know any that don't.
No. It's a very nice way of saying I think their website was built in 2004.
Well, at least it wasn't 1990, right?
Well, so the question is how do I let you guys know it's available? Do you guys talk to them direct? Do I talk to them, et cetera? Especially if there's limited cost exposure on their side, it's a no-brainer. The question is how does that conversation happen? And we can talk offline if it's a complicated conversation.
Probably be best.
It's not real complicated, but if you're available this afternoon, Peter, we'll be more than happy to kind of bring you up to speed. It's real simple.
Okay. I'll reach out on Messenger.
Sounds perfect. Thanks. Sorry, Rick, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that. Best to do a one-on-one, give you a little exposure, and we can, let your fingers do the walking.
Yeah, and Carl, this is how you can help your bedrock chamber too. Okay. He's not even going to look at me. Okay, that's good. That's fine.
Bob and Yvonne, one little note on this great tool to have your phone visible in a demo. You got to turn your phone on first before you activate it on your computer. And you got to stay active. If you let it sit too long and then you're ready to do a presentation, you might find that you have to log in again.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's primarily for Android phones. Does it work with Apple too, or iPhones?
I believe it does, yes. And again, the telltale is in your Apple store if you see that, app available. But and again, I don't know if everybody has seen it. I'm going to share my screen real quick if you don't mind. Pretty robust. I mean, I can flip through as fast as I'm flipping through anything I open on my phone, whether it's my messages, whether it's the mobile app. It's just immediate, and it's like a dream.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Even if you want to demonstrate, with somebody on, well, talk to me about what settings I need to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full featured visual of everything I've got going on my phone.
Cool.
And this is the free version.
Wow. Great.
All right.
So what do? You download some software onto your computer? And
Yes, you download the actual app for your computer, and then you do the same for your phone. You create an account, and you log in on your phone only once. And every time you need it, you got to log into your computer app and make sure your phone is on. Make sure that app is actually open.
do you have to have the phone connected to the computer with a USB?
All Bluetooth, all wireless.
Oh, great.
No
Cool.
connections whatsoever.
Very cool.
Now, if I might add something as far as something new from my side, just since the program was set up this way, I'm able to do that too. But there's a program that is going to be actually live within 3 weeks. That is part of a massive database network. Just even a portion of it on B2B. It has virtually every city, county, state with businesses which are put in there through an API that's directly from the counties where the businesses are registered. So you get the information that's extremely accurate. Give accurate information to the county when they're setting their businesses up. It doesn't matter how old the business is either, because that same information is on deck. So for any of you who are doing any type of large and broad contacts in an area, and you want to talk about being price disruptor, the pricing as far as per lead basis and things like that is extremely low. It's nothing like you find anywhere else as far as costs go. So you have the opportunity, you want to send out 10,000 notices in a range or 50,000 notices in a range, you're going to find that the price for doing that is far less than the price of even any Facebook ad or anything else that can go on. And those kind of things too.
How would you be sending the notices out, Chris? Through email, through text, or
it can be done through email, through text, through voice drops. All that technology is available, or is to be available actually in about 3 weeks. We're making sure it's a multi-platform system. And that's the reason I brought up multi-platform earlier. For example, when Peter mentioned AdRoll, this kind of information uploaded into AdRoll is an amazing jump forward. If you can imagine, and I know some of you think, well, you send out 50,000 emails. What are you going to sell, for God's sake? What are you going to do? Well, you'd be surprised how effective it can be, because the percentages success may only be 1%, but I'll take 1% of 5,000 anytime, or 50,000 anytime in the process. So any of you who want information on that, I will be happy to share that with you. My site on the program will be up in 3 weeks, where you can actually go to it and actually download your own material if you want to. But more importantly, there's also DIY services that'll be available to those that don't want to do it themselves on a multi-platform basis. So thought I'd throw that out. And the name of the endeavor is DataChimp. So
DataChimp, I love it.
all right, so get ready for that, and I'll certainly tell everybody more as we go along.
Christopher, did I hear that you were working on another program / platform with Facebook posting?
Facebook posting?
Yeah.
No, not that I know of. Let's.
What was that, Bob? Bob, you working on Facebook posting?
Yeah. Just,
yeah, we have that capability.
Facebook posting. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, Chris and I are going to follow up on that after this meeting. Going to make that available. Just not. I don't have the minute details down on that. Because there's a few concerns I have in terms of doing that as a done for you service. As a done for you service, if I was selling this to a business, it's a $300 a month service. So how do I scale that down to something that's within reach of folks and something that's unique to the chamber groups, 2 of them, that we've got to pin down. Okay. But I'm trying to. One of the things I discussed with Chris, and I'm just going to throw it out there, Chris, because we'll talk about it afterwards anyway. So I could create a block, a month's worth of content, or 60 pieces of content, let's put it this way. 60 pieces of curated content in spreadsheet form that you could then turn around and use your tool of choice, Hootsuite or Buffer. You know, there's several out there. And sell that for less than $10 a month. Just the content in the spreadsheet. That's a big time saver, because if you want to go out and chase down 60 pieces of content, do the curation, that's going to take you a few hours. So if I could, make that available at $9 a month, is that appealing? Let's call this a little beta test right here on the fly.
Yeah, I would think it is, but the question I have is how specific or related it is to different industries.
This is going to be specific to what we're doing here with the chambers. So it's digital marketing specific. We're going to keep the focus narrow for this. We have the ability to do any niche in the world, and Chris has got a team that could handle some of those requests outside. But this is very narrow and specific for what we're doing here. Okay. Again, I can make it available in a spreadsheet form at that price point. Now, if you want done for you, that I don't have a number for, because I'm thinking about logistics and potential issues. So I don't want to make any commitments on that. But the platform has a bunch of capabilities that go beyond just simple posting. Posting for the sake of posting it's useful to a degree. I get great feedback. If you go to Discovery Bay Chamber of Commerce, which I think I mentioned before, look at the content stream there. That's my stream. Okay, so you can look at the quality of articles we picked. You can look at the quality of commentary. That's what we're going to be offering. In a done for you situation, it's a little different, because I've got to access your accounts, which means I got to get API access. When something breaks, I got to debug it. So that's a logistical thing I'm not quite sure of yet. It doesn't necessarily scale real well if you start talking about hundreds of people. Okay. On a smaller scale, it's entirely manageable though. So let's make a point of bringing that back for next Wednesday.
Sure.
And by then, Chris and I will be able to talk about it, and we'll see what we can do there.
All right. Now, just from a standpoint of mechanics, if we were to say, sure, here's your $10, give me content for 30 days, what do we do with that?
You can go in and schedule it using, you can manually one by one do it in Facebook and Twitter. And they have scheduling capabilities. It would make more sense to go to a platform like Hootsuite or Buffer and schedule out the entire month. Now on Hootsuite, you're going to need a paid account. They do have free levels of accounts, but you're only allowed to put 10 posts in the queue. Okay. Hootsuite, I haven't used in years. I know it's a good tool. A lot of people use it. So that's a possibility. And beyond that, again, I need to sit down and think a little harder on the logistics. I don't want to overcommit on something.
I understand. And Buffer is pretty much the same. That's Buffer?
Yeah, Buffer, they allow you, on a free Buffer account, you're allowed 3 social media accounts and 10 posts in the queue scheduled. Now, how far 10 posts gets you depends on how aggressive you're doing it. I do either 1 post a day for clients or 2 posts per day. And then it's a question of, do I do it 5 days a week or 7 days a week? 60 pieces of content in the spreadsheet, I'm giving you a full month of 2 by 7. It's called 2 by 7. So you have 60 people content if you're posting twice a day, every day of the week. So it'll get you a long ways. If you post less on your particular properties, you can maybe stretch it to 2 months worth of content.
And more to come as it's finished in its development. I know
Yes.
that my team has put a lot of effort into it already, and they're as long as Bob and I can work out the final logistics, that team is ready to roll within a week, basically after we work out the final details. So if any of you are thinking about offering social media and that type of thing after we get this thing settled into place, then we certainly might be a resource for you as we finalize this. So,
and again, the resources being the Excel spreadsheet, and then it's not, it's done with you.
No, I think Chris's team would be a done for you situation, but my commitment is only going to be in the digital marketing space, so it fits right in the chamber vertical.
Gotcha.
If you want to talk about veterinarians or pest control or whatever, you're going to talk to Chris on that.
Okay. Understood.
All right. I think we've covered a good many topics. Some of it's brand new to me in the process. Not really brand new, but certainly enlightening. So I've enjoyed it personally. I hope everyone else has too. I know the folks that are coming along for the replay will get a boost out of it too. So thanks to everyone for joining us. Next Wednesday at 3, we're going to try to have some exciting things going on there with some new information and new speakers coming along, as a matter of fact. So thanks to everybody. Have a good afternoon. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Last thing, don't forget Saturday at 10 a.m. It is You Can't Be Serious with Judith Awesome. All right.
Me
so,
and Bob.
next
What
time
about
you come
Bob?
next time, with Bob himself will be featured
Good.
on
Oh, good.
weeks. Saturday.
She's a mean Canadian lady making me get up way too early for the West Coast.
That is exactly right. You have it.
Oh, honey, I'll
know
put
the
up
half of it.
coffee.
Know the half of it, buddy.
Well,
All right.
got a bulletproof vest. Wear it.
Yeah. You can't be serious, Rick.
10 a.m. what zone?
10 a.m. Saturday. See you guys. Appreciate
Guys, take
you.
care.
it. Bye-bye.
What time zone though?
Eastern
Yay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Standard Time.
Cool.
Hey,
Thanks.
it's an every Saturday podcast, Carl, with different interviews every Saturday. All right. See you guys.
Go there.
Bye-bye.